That one. Welcome everybody to another discussion. We're in our backyard today in our little area, and we're going to talk about worship. Why do you want to talk about worship?
So we decided to investigate again the word worship. So have you guys got that up?
Yeah. I don't think we've done this for a long time.
Do you want to see?
No, well, with the mindset that we have
you
now
got
as
it?
we've grown, let's see what it's going to say to us. Who wants to read the first part?
A primitive root to search out by any method, specifically in worship or prayer. By implication, to strive after, ask, beg, beseech, desire, inquire, get, make inquisition, procure, make request, require, seek for.
Can you read that again?
To search out by any method, specifically in worship or prayer. By implication, to strive after, ask, beg, beseech, desire, inquire, get, make inquisition, procure, make request, require, seek for.
Okay, when we look into that in the Spirit, He's with us here, and we're looking at this just like it's a noun, but it's not. But we're looking at it like that, and it's explaining one part of what the word worship means. And what's it saying there?
So you have to
after the primitive root, it says to
search it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you got to search out? By any
method, specifically in worship or prayer. So you have to search.
When you see the word worship, how does religion see that word? What do they do?
Singing.
What's their worship?
Singing, dancing, put your hands up in the air, music. It's an external thing. It's not going in within yourself and searching and begging and pleading and striving was the word. Striving.
They're all complaining now that the Christian worship is just a show. Yeah. And they're not being released, they're not being delivered, they're empty. By doing that behaviour. It feels all right for the moment, but then they're saying
They go away.
The Christian church has lost it.
Yeah.
There's no spirit there.
No.
They're not getting what they require from spirit.
No.
Because they're not.
It's the wrong spirit.
No, wrong
worship.
Yeah. Wrong type. But it says here to seek out by
any method.
Any method.
Yeah.
And then it tells you how to do it, doesn't it?
To strive, ask, beg, beseech.
Specifically in worship or prayer.
Yeah. So.
Now you don't have to pray out loud. You can pray.
It's communication.
Well, what do you think prayer is, all of you?
Hearing him, speaking to him, hearing him, speaking to him. It's back and
prayer
forward.
Is basically any form of communication. It could be between a husband and a wife, a friend, and always considering what he is saying at the same time. So it's any form of communication.
Even this.
Yeah.
So what's it called? What we're doing?
Praying.
Well,
communication.
It's worship.
What's the word? Yeah.
Worship. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And to beg, beseech, desire, inquire, get, make inquisition, procure. You've got to procure. Make request, require, seek. What does all that mean to you guys?
Your whole demeanour and lifestyle and the way you've set up and organised your life is to be ready to have him move at any moment.
Yeah, that's going beyond what this is.
Okay.
So
You've got to have a heart.
to search for, Mark,
Mm.
and then this comes after the search.
Mm.
Do it by any method. So what are we searching for?
Him.
Yeah.
Whatever all the fullness of Him is, Him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got to ask, beg, to strive, beseech, desire. What does that look like?
Well, to strive after is to basically become like Him,
Sounds like you've got to be
as He
desperate.
was when He walked the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, this is us to do that.
yeah.
So,
So we're striving
what does
after.
that look like? What does that look like? That's what I'm asking you all. What does those words look like?
Looks like
you looked at a person.
looks like desperation.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
those words drive a person to the fruits of righteousness, because that's the only way you get Him.
Yeah.
Someone loving, someone who's got joy, who's peaceful. That's what the outward manifestation looks like, because that's the only thing He moves in.
Well, you're looking at someone that doesn't know this, and then they come across this.
Mm.
They have to look at themselves, and
Yeah.
they say, "Am I like that?
Yeah.
Am I after something so much that I behave like that?" So what would that behaviour look like in a person?
Like full on. They're not happy with anything else until they
Obsession with Yahusha.
get that.
Every moment of the day. Obsessed, addicted, obsessed, desperate. That may not be what's on their face, but you can see they're constantly looking.
I think it's on their face if your eyes are open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their whole heart and mind, and that's everything to them.
You know, they won't have anything, and they want this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're seeking, they're searching, they want, and they're.
And it's in their
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
It's in everything that they do.
Yeah.
Mm.
They don't want to spend time on do anything else.
So what are you actually looking at? A, B,
A behaviour.
Behaviour.
Yeah.
and this should be seen
Yeah.
within us.
Mm.
Yeah.
It should be emanating out of us how we're feeling.
Mm.
Yeah.
And what's this one word, one part of the word called? What's the word we're looking at?
Worship.
Mm.
So what do you think of that? That's the way to.
This is how to worship Yahusha. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It's empty. It's dead.
External.
They're even proclaiming it on YouTube.
Mm.
It's dead. It's empty.
Yeah.
It's not giving them anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
look at what we've got.
Yeah.
And this attitude should be seen
Yeah.
amongst us.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for an atmosphere to be conducive and all that religious situation.
Yeah, very good.
It's how you're feeling. It's from your heart, It's that you've been touched by Yahusha so
Eagerness.
much. Yeah, you
Mm.
just want Him. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Who's doing the next one?
Okay. To tread or frequent. Usually to follow. For pursuit or search. To seek or ask. Specifically to worship. Ask. Worship at all. Care for. Worship diligently. Inquire. Make inquisition. Necromancer. Question. Inquire. Require. Seek. Search. Seek out. Seek for.
So what's that saying to someone that hasn't seen this before? What's it saying to them? It's a what again? A B?
It's a behaviour. You have to look for it. You have to find Yahusha's and
For who?
for yourself.
That's it. That's it.
Mm.
Each person has to take on this
Mm.
seeking, this
Yeah.
diligence, this
Yeah.
eagerness.
Mm.
Pursuit. Yeah,
And why would they do that?
'cause they love Him.
They have to make sure that what they're doing is the.
True.
That's right.
Mm.
It has to be true. It has to be real to them.
Mm.
So they can go and seek and find more. Yahusha's telling us through the Hebrew word, which is inspired,
Yeah.
Mm.
to the way to find Him.
Yeah.
And this is under the guise of
Worship.
worship.
Yeah.
This is what worship is. This is the feeling we need to have behind our worship. Before the actual worship starts, he's telling us this way. Next.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mikey.
Yeah.
3034, isn't it?
Yeah.
To use the hand physically to throw a stone or an arrow.
3034, primitive root.
Used only as denominative. Literally.
So what's denominative?
It's just talking about another word there.
Yeah, but can someone look it up? It's from 3027.
Yeah.
Can you
3027.
click that?
Yeah,
See what that is?
3027
Yeah.
says a hand, the open one, used means direction, distinction from a closed. So it's an open hand, distinction from a closed hand. In a great variety of applications, both literally, figuratively, proximate and remote. Yeah, and there's hundreds of words. It's just about an open hand.
Right.
Yeah.
So used only as denominative from there. Literally,
An open hand of power.
Mikey's reading this.
Go for it, man.
Literally,
To use, hold out the hand physically to throw a stone or an arrow at or away, especially to revere or worship with extended hands, intensively, to bemoan by wrinkling the hands,
Ringing.
by wringing the hands, cast out, make, confess, confession, praise, shoot, give thankful, thanks, thanksgiving.
so what's the next step from that? How to worship. What's he saying? How to worship. This is the next step. Got all the others? Got this one.
The hands normally speak of doing something.
Hands what? What does it say? Hands what?
To use.
Hold out. the hand.
Hold out your
To
hands
use
and
the
do something.
hands.
Not this.
Yeah.
No.
It's this.
Take something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else is he saying there to us?
So it's an active thing. You can help people physically.
This is the next step.
You seek him, you're desperate, and then you find him, you got your hands out to take him, to have him, to
Cast out. Make. Wringing the hands. Cast out. Make. What's the next word?
Confession.
Confess
Mm.
or confession.
So we've got those first points you mentioned, Mark, and then we come in to this.
Mm.
What does that mean? It's scripture. It's anointed.
Mm.
What's inspired? What's that inspiring us to do?
Mm.
For a
Cast out.
reason.
Cast out whatever's.
Clean out yourself.
Is it
Yeah.
is it for our benefit he's telling us?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yes.
It's for our benefit.
Yes.
Yeah. Not for his.
Yeah.
Right? So what do you get from that? What do you get from that?
Well,
If we have what in us?
If we've got anything unclean in us, he wants us to confess, to
Mm.
cast it out,
Get it out.
talk it out with him.
Mm. Absolutely.
For each other.
Yeah.
Totally. Mm.
Or each other, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Where does this take you? The steps we're going through.
That's part of having your arms, because the first step was to find him, desperately searching, obsessed, all that within yourself, and now you've got your arms out. It's like you've found him, and now you want him.
What did Rob want from me before he left
A
yesterday?
hug.
Hug.
Give me
Yeah.
a hug.
Yeah.
Give me a little hope.
Now that I've found you, I want you. This is the next step. So then he's saying, this is how you have me. I can't come into this vessel while
Unless
you got confess
Clean.
that, get rid of this.
Yeah.
Clean, yeah.
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 So,
How
Yeah.
exciting.
mm,
Yeah. This opens up a whole
Yeah.
mm,
New realm.
mind.
mm,
Mm.
This is how he wants us to come.
mm,
Mm.
yeah.
This is true,
Worship.
but there's obligation to us if we want it. We can see that, can't we?
Mm,
Yeah.
By what we've been through already so far.
yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Next one. Who's doing that?
All right. So, primitive
Right,
root.
You haven't done one, Mark.
Yeah, it has.
What number are we up to?
Is it?
Yeah, you did the second one.
All right. You go on then.
I did the second one.
You haven't done one yet, have you?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll do
you
it.
do it.
5066.
Is that right? Yeah. Primitive root to be or come causatively, bring near for any purpose.
Any.
Purpose.
So you can go near for.
Everything.
Any
Everything.
purpose.
Yeah.
Mm.
Doesn't matter. You can communicate with him
Mm,
if you're clean.
Yeah.
Everything.
totally. Euphemistically, to lie with a woman. So that's talking about an intimacy.
Yep.
As an attack. As an enemy, to attack. Religiously, to worship. Causatively, to present. Figuratively, to adduce an argument. By reversal, to stand back. Make, to
What does that
approach.
bit mean?
It's showing examples.
Figuratively, to adduce an argument by reversal to stand back.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it's the opposite of that.
Well, what does it mean?
If you don't stand back, the opposite of this is to stand back. Figuratively, to adduce an argument. The passion and power and dominance you put into having an argument, this is what you should put into getting him, finding him.
Great.
Make, to approach. Bring nigh, bring forth, bring hither, near. Cause to come hither, near, nigh. Give place. Go hard, go up. Be, draw, go near, nigh. Offer, overtake, present, put, stand.
So what's that saying to you, guys?
Going for it. Overtaking, going hard, going hither, going up, going, yeah, you're
Now
going.
remember,
for it.
people watching this haven't been through this
No.
because they'd be telling us, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
So with the mindset we've got so far, we're looking at worship. What's that bit say about it to you?
There's
What's
all
that say?
different types of ways you can go in and out, and you go for it in all different situations and areas of your life, and it's just full on, you know. You can really
Mm.
have this.
Yeah, you can achieve.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Near, nigh, give up, go hard, whatever. And it depends on the situation, you know. Yahusha will lead you and he'll give you
Answers.
all that, yeah.
Mm.
Relating to him
Mm.
in everything.
Mm. Absolutely.
So it's all about communication, really, isn't it?
Mm.
With him.
With him, yeah.
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 Mm.
When you can have all the answers, the truth
Mm.
in life.
Yeah. We think we know, you
Well,
know,
we do, don't
so
we?
much. We think we've got, you
Yeah.
know, the answer. We think we're right. And then when you look and hear what Yahusha has to say, whew,
Yeah.
and you go and you think, oh, I'll go and do this and this and this, and then it doesn't turn out, and he's got some other plan. You go, whoa,
Mm.
this is different.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. It's just amazing in this word worship.
You've gone off somewhere.
Fantastic.
Where'd you
for
go
it.
off to?
When Victoria was saying you think you know the way, you think you know it all,
Yeah.
and people even go to the scripture and get to know that, memorize that, so they do know it all. I know it all, cover to cover, upside down. What if he chooses to move within the lines in an area that you're not comfortable with?
Well, he's written it all down,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
can find him. Find him here, find him there. Oh,
Yeah.
that's who the Aleph taught Yahusha.
Yeah.
Even they say it's Yahusha,
Mm.
Yahuah, and Yahuah actually told them, "This is my name, worship me." That was Yahusha telling them
Yeah.
to worship Yahuah
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
as
That's
the Father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's tricked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why has he done that?
Mm. To see, because he wants those who desperately seek him, who will go and see and
He
go
wants
to
see
you,
them,
go to Yahuah and go,
He's
yeah, I
sick.
can see that, but there's something deeper here.
Yeah.
There's something deeper than Yahuah going on here.
Yeah.
And most people just stop there because it's in the text.
Yeah.
There's something deeper here that I'm not getting.
Yeah.
And then you follow where Yahuah went.
Mm.
Ah, that's who he is. And then it opens up a whole. Once you realise Yahusha is Alahim,
Mm.
there's a double whammy flick back going on.
Yeah, well,
You know?
didn't he say that there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start having a new experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to explain it at first because you've got all this. That's not what the text
Well, you've
says.
got stored up,
Doors
in the
yeah,
way.
absolutely. Yep.
so that has to get out of the way. That's unclean.
Yeah.
We know it comes from an unclean, cursed ground.
Yeah.
And they're all there arguing. That's not his love. That's not his presence.
Your father, the devil.
A whole lot of them just argue with each other all the time
Yeah.
and accuse each other and twist scriptures, cherry pick scriptures to
Yeah.
Mm.
twist everything around so they're preeminent.
Mm.
I mean, who wants to be in that argument? I'd rather have all this, wouldn't you?
And then when the argument dies down, we've got Lou just sticking more stuff out there to argue about.
Yeah, but it doesn't go into the veil.
It doesn't. It bounces off.
I can't penetrate.
No.
No.
No. Well, he said seek. Seek and you'll find. So you've got to seek this. You've got to really search.
Have you sook?
I've sook.
Have
I've found.
Have you seeked to this?
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
To this extent?
But no, not as far as
Well,
this.
there's more
Yeah,
for you.
only for a few minutes, but yeah,
But there's more for you.
absolutely.
So is that it? Or yeah?
Yeah.
That was great, wasn't it? Next
Yeah.
one, is that you, Tracy?
Yeah. A primitive root to hold aloof.
Oh,
That is,
would that be cummingness?
Yeah.
that is transitively abstain. Intransitively abstain from food and drink, from impurity, or even from divine worship. That is apostatize.
To do that is apostasy.
Specifically, to set apart to sacred purposes. That is, devote, consecrate, separating, or separate self.
Mm. That's being set apart.
Mm. Yep.
Get out of all those old doctrines.
Mm. Yep.
Food and
Yeah.
drink and old worship and old.
Old feasts, Sabbaths, shadows, dress codes, foods and drinks, and all this stuff that's external that was told. Yahuah told them this and Yahuah told them that. Now, once you come into Him and you're wrapped in the veil, there's all that stuff registers very differently.
And where are we getting this New Testament covenant from?
Yahusha,
No?
The Hebrew.
from the Hebrew,
Inspired.
same
language.
Hebrew, same Hebrew they're looking for.
But
That's
can't.
it. Can't see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're behind
That's
the
Isn't that
veil.
funny?
he's got a sense of humour. That's it.
Certainly has.
Yeah.
All right, Mikey.
Interesting, before we
Yeah.
go on,
Yeah.
the word to hold aloof, I thought I want to look that up and see what it says. Not to become involved in something. So the scripture says not to become involved in the affairs of this world. So
We're in the world, but not.
of the world.
Yeah.
Very good.
I thought that was interesting.
That's being cunning.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Calendar? Oh, no.
You got a meeting in 5 minutes.
Who? Oh, with Matthew.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. So you've got a big one there. Come on.
Corresponding to 5456, worship.
Whoa.
Jeez.
So all this that we're going through
I was
is
looking for the big one.
worship. All this we're going through is
Worship.
how to worship.
Yeah.
Next one, 6087. Trays.
Oh, I already just did.
Oh, we'll just go
Properly
that
to
way.
carve,
Oh.
fabricate or fashion. Hence, in a bad sense, to worry, pain or anger. Displease, grieve, hurt, make, be sorry, vex, worship, rest.
So what's that saying to you?
Don't go into that place.
What's that going to do to your worship?
It's going to destroy it.
Distract.
To stop it.
Yeah, distract your worship.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's going
Totally.
to cause pain and anger.
Well, you
and-
don't go into those things, do you?
No.
We've all ventured into that, haven't we?
Totally.
It's not
Yeah.
healthy for us.
No.
So we don't want that.
Yeah.
Next one. That was great.
To burn incense in worship. Intercede. Reciprocally listen to prayer. Entreat. Make prayer. Well, that's just taking us back to the burning incense altar to show us that that's what that meant.
Yeah.
Seeking, that's how they'd seek him. So that the ark would light up, and they'd the whole process of the animal sacrifices, and washing in the water and coming to the bread and the light and the incense, all just to have that power light up behind the veil. Now we can have that power light up within us by communicating and being clean.
That's it. Fabulous. Next one.
To serve or worship. Minister. Serve.
So we asked Lanisha to come over and join our ministry.
Yeah.
And the ministry is declared as
Worship.
Serving, worship. Yeah.
to serve
Yeah.
or worship. So worship is
Serving.
serving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Huh?
Totally.
We came over here, so you had to serve and get everything ready,
Yeah, yeah.
to do this work.
Yeah.
It's required.
Yeah.
So it's a certain atmosphere, everything's ready.
Yeah, and while I was doing it, I realised it's time to, because your house is set up ready for Yahusha to move in any way, and that's when I realised that there's things that need to, I can work this out better.
Oh, yeah.
So we're ready for Yahusha all the time.
We've got other rooms.
Yeah.
You can worship him.
Yeah.
Next one. Is that you, Mikey?
I lost my screen. You guys go.
You got
Sorry.
another one.
A mass of worship, service.
So what's that telling us? What worship is? What is it?
Our worship is our service to Yahushua.
It's a behaviour. You're not trying to be better than people, you're trying to serve people.
Yeah.
Which is what you learn in the salon. You're
Yeah.
serving people who are not particularly nice about it, but you're being humble servant behaviour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You got two good ones, didn't you? Next one, same thing. Worship service.
We've done that one.
Yeah.
Next one is a mass of persons or figuratively things. Especially religious organized.
What are you having a joke there about?
Just put me on the visual with Matthew.
All right.
I didn't know it.
Got 1
Yeah,
minute.
go on.
Especially, I don't know what the REG dot is meant to be, but organized for war, an army, by implication, a campaign, literally or figuratively, specifically, hardship, worship, appointed time, army, battle, company, host, service, soldiers, waiting upon war or warfare.
So what's that telling you?
That worship is going to come under attack.
Mm.
Yeah, our worship will come under attack. there's a battle.
Yeah.
It's warfare.
Yeah.
Worship,
It's warfare.
behaviour is
Warfare.
warfare.
Totally.
And so if you manifest fruits of righteousness, there's going to be opposition.
Hello!
Something's
Hi,
going
darling.
to come in on you.
Hey,
Yeah?
Can you hear me?
can hear you, can see you. Wow.
Fantastic.
Can't hear him.
Can't hear you real well. Hang on. Have you?
Right, this looks your foot.
So we're up to 6,999. Okay, Mark, that's you.
6,999. Through the idea of fumigation in a close place. That's the incense. And perhaps thus driving out the occupants.
Yep.
To smoke, to turn into fragrance by fire. Especially an act of worship. Burn incense, burn sacrifice, burn upon altar for incense. Kindle, offer incense, a sacrifice.
So we know all the Old Testament things that associate with that.
Yeah.
How do you associate that in the New?
Turning into a fragrance by fire, this behaviour, sweet smelling savour, is what pleases him if you're worshipping this way.
Well,
This
that's
behaviour.
a B.
Behaviour.
So you behave in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Next
one, Nike.
7812, to depress.
Mikey.
Oh, just say Mike, sorry.
To depress, prostrate, especially reflexive, in homage to royalty or God, bow self down, crouch, fall down flat, humbly beseech, do make obeisance, do reverence, make to stoop, worship.
So what do you get out of that last one, guys?
To depress, to prostrate. Prostrate is to fall on the ground. Inside yourself, you're humble, humiliated, you're approaching him in that way like you know nothing, are nothing. He's everything. And you want him. Humbly beseech. Beseech means to ask. We humbly beseech you. We humbly ask you. Beg you.
Yeah.
Reverence, to stoop and worship.
When you realise who Yahusha is, and when you see him and you know him, you just want to do all that because of who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
It's a state you put yourself in, within yourself. You won't lift yourself up. You won't draw attention. You're humble.
Is this a what?
Behaviour. Again.
That we use as we come
before him.
And that's worship.
Mm.
Be humble.
Yeah.
Know who he is. Respecting his kingship.
Mm.
Knowing you're in the presence of someone amazing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
How would your behaviour be?
Yeah. All that.
So as we talk to him,
Yeah.
we have that feeling.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we know who we're talking to and we recognise it. And that's
worship. Mm. Yeah.
That's how we come. He's telling us from this is word, our approach.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is it Singing and musical instruments and
No
hands
way.
up, burning
No.
incense.
No, that's all.
24/7 behaviour.
Yeah, all of
All
behaviour.
the time.
Yeah.
That's
So, how do you all feel? Let's go around. How do you all feel about this study we've been through, Mikey? You're talking from your heart, not from there.
Yeah.
What we've all just been through.
I think there's a lot more to worship than I originally thought it was. I thought it was kind of just what we used to do at the salon,
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, singing, stuff like that.
No.
I never really thought about it as, you know, just
Behaviour.
behavior, and you know, wherever you are, you can be worshiping Him all the time. You don't have to, you know, be singing and dancing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of it like that. I always thought it was that kind of traditional kind of singing stuff like that.
Mm.
It's very different from what I had.
And what do you think of this? This way he's showed us how to worship him through
behavior. Yeah, I think it's much easier.
and graceful,
Yeah,
respectful.
yeah. Because you don't need you can do it like, if it were just for, you know, singing, dancing, you can't do that all the time. With this, you can literally always be doing it.
Communicating in touch.
Yeah.
Lovely, eh?
Yeah.
What do you think, Robert? About the study we've been through, how to worship Yahushua? Nice.
Yeah,
Is that what he
else?
said?
Nice.
Nice. Anything more?
That's all I could come up with.
How do you approach Yahusha? How should your behaviour be?
Right? Your behavior should be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humble,
Yeah.
kind,
Yes.
respectful. When we're talking to him,
Mhm.
there's somebody there that's so wonderful
Mm.
that will talk back to us, eh?
Yeah.
Monkey?
I can just see my whole life is to be set up in a way that is to worship Him 24/7. Everything you do and say and be, everything is an offering. Everything is a behaviour to start with, but the service, nothing's a problem. You know, when Yahushua moves, nothing is a problem. Nothing.
You're aware of his presence
Yeah.
and what he expects of you
Mm.
from going through this.
Yeah.
You look at the old mindset
Mm.
we had.
Oh, setting up, packing up, and hiring halls and making food and, you know, music and recordings and laborious.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. It's
Mm.
just a show.
Preachings.
It's got to be real,
Yeah.
genuine. That's what people respond to
Yeah.
if we're in that behaviour. eh?
Mm.
Mm.
All that effort we put into that is now put into a behaviour of approach.
Mm.
And you're approaching Him when you talk to each other. How I talk to you
Mm.
is how I'm approaching Him.
How much more elegant is it and
Mm.
sophisticated
Oh.
than
Yeah.
the old clumsy ways?
Talking about trumpets and food and drink and
Mm.
feasts and shadows and eats.
It's of no value, is it?
No.
Victor?
Going through this study, it's really opened up my mind and my heart to Yahushua. He's
Mm.
in everything, and I can see the behaviour is involved in every part of worship. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
It's to serve him. Whatever he wants us to do, it's all about serving him. Showing his love to people, showing his kindness, his gentleness, his humility.
Yeah.
And if we're not doing that,
Mm.
then we're not serving him
Mm-hmm.
correctly
Mm.
and worshipping him the right way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mixture.
And so when people come to your home, you know what to do. You know how to treat them.
Yes.
So they feel great. I'm not talking about us, but I'm talking about, other people that may come in.
Anyone.
Mm.
Doesn't matter whether it's you guys or anybody else.
Yeah, that's good. Very good.
Mm.
So, we've learned something from that, haven't we?
Mm.
Oh, it's wonderful.
We've got a different concept of worship. Now we're going to look at the scriptures.
Mm.
Let's look them up.
First tab done.
Woman, Yahusha replied, "Believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews. Yet a time is coming and has now come when the true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth,
Take that.
for they are the kind of worshippers the Father seeks. Alahim is spirit, and his worshippers must worship in the Spirit and in truth."
And what do you get out of that?
That's all in the last line. Alahim is spirit, and his worshippers must worship in spirit and in truth. It's not an external something you do with your body to prove something. It's an inner, obviously.
So you think gathering in a group like that, worshipping and dancing and jumping around,
No.
as Robert said?
It's going back to an old dead carcass.
Yeah.
It's an old covenant concept.
Mm.
So even the Christians are doing an old covenant concept, gathering together and playing music. What was it, 120 or 144 priests or whatever? They did the music first. They started all that with David. It's an old pattern. Mm.
So we know what he expects of worship when we look at this, don't we?
Mm.
Because that's what it says.
Mm.
True
The time will
worship.
come.
Mm.
Yeah.
Worship in sincerity and truth.
Very good.
Spirit and truth, sorry.
Very good. Next one.
Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of Allahim's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice.
Oh, that's what you were talking about, service.
Mm.
Yeah.
Holy and pleasing to Allahim. This is your true and proper worship.
True and proper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do not conform to the pattern of this world,
Ooh.
but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and prove what Allahim's will is.
And approve.
And approve
What?
what Allahim's will is.
Yeah.
His good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Mm.
So what do you get out of that?
Our service is a sacrifice, and it's the only thing that pleases him.
Mm.
I knocked it and it went there. Yeah, what do you think?
Then you will be able to test and approve what Allahim's will is.
Thank you, darling.
You can't test and approve it if you're copying the patterns of the world.
Well, it says work out your,
Own deliverance.
and this is how you do it.
Yeah,
Work out the things that you don't want there. Work
Yeah.
them out.
yeah, definitely.
You don't want them
yeah,
harbouring themselves in your harbour, in your body.
That's right.
Work them out.
Mm.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
Every facet of everything we studied in the old is to be present in the spirit. It's got to be transitioned into the spirit, just like we have to be,
Mm.
and it turns into a behaviour.
Mm.
The incense, the temple, the animal sacrifices, all of it gets turned into a behaviour.
Do you think the blockers will let you have that?
I'm not interested in them. I'm looking the other way now. I don't want them in my life.
Hard to get it out, isn't it?
Oh. If you go down to a withered old tree there in Revelation 4,
Yeah.
I'm going to read that one, Mikey.
Each of the 4 living creatures had 6 wings, and was covered with eyes all around, even under its wings. Day and night they never stop saying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Alahim Almighty, who was and is to come." Whenever the living creatures give glory, honor, and thanks to him who sits on the throne, and who lives forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him who sits on the throne, and worship him who lives forever and ever. They lay their crowns before the throne and say, "You are worthy, our Alahim,
Our Master and Alahim.
our Master and Alahim, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and by your will they were created and have their being."
So what's that saying to us?
There's
That
no.
we should never stop. Never stop worshipping him.
Yep.
Day and night.
Yep.
No matter what it is that we're doing. Never stop. Everything is done for him, unto him. In your day.
How do you feel about this realisation we're getting today, now, from what we've been? How do you feel about it? What do you think of it? We just look back how we were, where we are, what we're seeing today.
Well, yeah. If you look at back years ago, we all wanted attention on us. We wanted everybody to recognise us. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Who do you want to recognise?
It's all about Yahusha.
Yeah.
Just giving him all the recognition, all the love, all the joy, everything.
Does it give you an understanding inside of listening to, hey, what do you reckon? What should I do?
Yeah, it tells us just exactly how we've got to be.
He'll be there and show us and tell us.
Yeah.
We didn't have that realisation before,
No.
that we can enter in behind the
Veil.
boldly and ask anything.
Mm.
He loves it. He loves you just to come and be real. Just loves it. You'll get your answer.
That's it.
Yeah.
Very simple
Yeah.
relationship, but it's so joyous. You feel wonderful when you get the answer. You go, and it comes out, even you see the reaction, like with Matthew, bang.
Yeah.
Telling the truth. So powerful.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to say anything to that?
Wonderful.
Next one, Marky. For Alahim is a...
Consuming fire.
All right.
So,
You've got to go along to get the rest. I
Yeah.
don't want to go along. Something will happen. Okay.
Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us be thankful and so worship Alahim acceptably with reverence and awe. For our Alahim is a consuming fire. I'm going to get the hose.
the bird is
They're
worshipping.
worshipping.
I don't think it is.
The birds.
So what?
The
Rat
demons.
bag, she thinks he is. Yeah? What do we get out of that?
Our Alahim is a consuming fire. Well, we've experienced that.
Yeah.
He consumes what he doesn't like.
Says there, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken.
Yeah, you stopped there for a bit.
Where? I was waiting for the birds.
Oh.
It's getting the word in.
Oh, right. Because of camera. Didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken. That's the incorruptible.
What about that?
Yeah.
Well, that's where he is at the moment. His kingdom cannot be shaken.
So you don't have to be shaken.
No.
No. And nothing.
Nothing can disturb this relationship.
Mm.
Don't you think that's incredibly intense for someone to feel like that about you? He is feeling like that about you.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
what do you realise now?
That's why he's persevered and persisted with me.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, you're just grateful,
Let
thankful,
us be thankful.
in awe, and
That's what it says to do.
it's where sorrow and repentance comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us be thankful and so worship Alahim acceptably, Yahusha, with reverence
Mm.
and awe. How do you dig up reverence and awe when you're communicating? Have you done that when you've communicated?
No.
Come with reverence
No.
and awe. What's reverence mean?
Deep respect for someone or something.
And awe? A-W-E. Do you know how you spelt that, Robert? Awe. A-W-E. Awe.
Which one?
Hey?
Oh,
Which one?
The left or the right?
So what does awe mean, darling?
A feeling of respect mixed with fear or wonder.
Do you have that when you talk to him?
No.
Or what's he saying to us?
Have it.
That's how you
And if you do it, what's going to happen?
seek and you'll find. You
Hmm.
receive.
You'll be communicating.
Mm.
You'll hear it.
Yeah.
You'll understand.
Mm.
So he's telling us this today, how to approach him, isn't he?
Yeah.
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 You never thought of that. Have you ever in your life given anyone respect and
Yes.
awe when you have talked to them, Mikey, in your whole life?
I think so, yeah.
Who have you done that to?
Dad,
Is there fear
you.
with it?
I wouldn't say fear.
That's right. Why would we have to have fear? Do you know what fear means?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Scared.
Yeah, that's good straight word. What's it been, Therese? She's going to fear.
Respect.
An unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain, or harm. Be afraid of someone or something as likely to be dangerous, painful, or harmful.
That's Yahusha.
Yeah.
He's likely to be. Have you ever approached him knowing this is how you go? You've got to be careful what you say. It's got to be genuine and real from the heart. Something true to. Have you
No.
ever spoken to anybody with that in you, feeling like that?
No. No.
So if you don't,
Yes,
what
I
do you-
have.
yes, you have, good. If you don't, what could happen?
You get punished, pain, suffering,
What's he say in Hebrews?
chastise and flog and rebuke and discipline.
So
Those I love.
we understand if we don't approach him this way,
Mm.
there's a danger of getting chastised,
Yeah.
rebuked and flogged
Yeah.
because of our what?
Behaviour.
Yeah, well, what's that?
Disrespectful.
Yeah, if you don't come the right way,
Mm.
what are you? What you said?
Disrespectful, crass, common.
So you got to come
Mm.
right way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, would you be having a relationship and a communication? Does this make you feel like you want that?
Yes. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes no.
Because you're scared.
That's right. Because I've got the fear.
So,
I don't want to have that pain.
so if you avoid it,
You have it anyway.
what
You'll
will
end up
happen?
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's saying, become a certain way.
Yeah.
This is worship. You have to have that feeling of seeking and afraid and everything. Respect. Have you ever respected anyone that you would come to them like that? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I don't think so. What are you afraid of? Nothing much. So you understand from this lesson, Yahusha saying we need to approach him a certain way. And if you just go along living your life and you don't even make the contact or the communication, what's going to happen? You'll just keep
Going
around in this.
nothing will
change.
nothing will work. That's right.
Or change.
Or change. You can't change, so you have to make an approach to talk to him. When have you ever done that the right way?
I think almost never
That's right. So what do you think you should do about it?
change it.
Change it, yeah. Start communicate. He wants you to communicate with him. Talk to him. It's not as though he's not there. He's in us. Isn't it wonderful how he feels?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Any more?
Yeah, one last one.
Yeah.
You read it.
Okay. He said aloud voice.
What is it?
What is it, mate?
Revelation 14:7, down the bottom.
Daniel. Yeah? 4:7.
He said in a loud voice, fear Alahim and give him glory, because the hour of judgment has come.
Yeah.
Worship him who made the heavens, the earth, the seas, and the springs of water.
Wow.
The hour of judgment has come. We're
Yeah.
nearly at the end of the sixth day. Judgment is about to hit. So we're being judged first, so that we won't be judged when he comes back.
Well, from your own experience in life, have you ever entered into this relationship like this with him?
No.
Why is he telling us so late?
Because you
Because he
can
wants us to make it.
get the time back. You
Yeah.
can still bear fruit
Yeah.
in this late hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't a waste.
Okay, Marky, what's your AI summary of this?
Yeah. That every moment of every day, every thought, every motivation is supposed to be, if you imagine somebody in some temple somewhere with their face on the ground, arms stretched, seeking something, that's the visual of what we should be inside ourselves every moment of the day.
Yeah.
Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I say this? Should I say that? Should I go here? Should I go there? Every single moment of the day, what do you want, Yahusha? And not in a what do you want, it's got to be respectful, in awe, because of who he is. Just like the creatures with their faces, holy, holy, holy. Like they could do anything they want, buzzing around the universe. The only place they want to be is at his feet. The most intelligent creatures ever. And we should take a leaf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful.
There's-
Everybody agree with Marky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else did you want to say then?
That was it. Yeah. It's just
Fabulous.
blown my brains out because
Yeah.
of everything I've been.
Yeah.
So
So,
why is it blowing your brains out, Mark, going through this?
Because I had my agendas and desires and motives to affect the world. And
What's he been
for
doing?
Yahusha, of course,
What's he
but
been doing to you? with
showing
all
me
that?
that he's not in that.
Yeah.
His way. He didn't come as a conquering king. He came as a servant. The revolution is in your home. The one place I didn't want to look is the one place he's now brought up. The globe has gotten so small now, it's in our own little home.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to record it and share it with the globe, that's fine, but the revolution is in your home,
yeah.
and it's real.
Yeah.
You can't BS in your own home. People are like, that's not who you are. If you fake,
Yeah.
you fake. So you can see it's got to be a real change. You've got to become a nice person.
Well, he was nice.
He was the best. Yeah,
And you can see that.
yeah,
Isn't that wonderful?
yeah.
Fantastic.
Just by going through a word in
Yeah.
Scripture, what do we find out about him?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just
You want to
opens-
say something, love? It
It
looks
just
like
opens your mind, and you just think, oh, how crass I've been, how I've approached him, and just, yeah, to recognise him more in everything.
everything. That's amazing that he wants to be involved in our everythings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how he feels.
I just don't want to do anything to upset him.
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's fear. I wouldn't say it's all because of him. It's because I don't want to feel that pain, and I want to feel him.
Yeah.
It's fear. That's the fear.
Yeah.
Further along you get in the pain, you go, that's a healthy fear. I don't want to feel that anymore.
So in our lives, he started a revolution.
Yeah.
He's taken us on the other side of the veil, up the path, greener pastures. And this is the greener pastures, the knowledge of him. And that he is that involved with each and every one of us. Wants to know everything we're doing, why we're doing it, why we're thinking it.
Who else is that interested?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Who else is that interested in each and every one of us? So you've got someone there like that you can be so grateful and thankful to. Gives you sanity. Anyone want to say anything else before we close?
No, that's just miraculous. He's amazing.
Welcome to the other side of the veil, brothers and sisters. Anytime you want to come in and join us, you've got to push your way through the naysayers
there,
at the gate.
Yeah.
Come on in. Love you guys. Bye.
That was a great journey.
Yeah, well, you can see the last 3 bits are pretty amazing, aren't they?
Yeah,
I'm glad
you
you
really
came down.
feel Yahusha.
Worth it. You must feel energised. You working tonight? Oh,